How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like. How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like. How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like. How to find the right car for you. Go to cars.com. Look at the car you like.
Thank you. Graduates, please be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Matt Buckley. I am the principal of New Berlin Eisenhower. And on behalf of New Berlin Eisenhower, my administrative team, all the staff, the class of New Berlin Eisenhower 2026, I'd like to welcome you to New Berlin Eisenhower's 56th graduation ceremony. I'd like to thank Mr. Kajawa and our outstanding band for providing our music before our ceremony tonight. Thank you. We traditionally open our graduation with the gift of song, and to prepare for that, I would ask our choir to please begin taking their spots on the risers. Our choir this evening is under the direction of our outstanding choir director, Ms. Schneider. This evening, our choir will begin with our national anthem. Following the national anthem, I encourage you to please feel free to take your seats and enjoy the remaining performance, which includes a rendition of our alma mater, as well as a song entitled North. So at this time, I would ask all those who can to please rise for the national anthem. Ms. Schneider.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The halls ring out the joyous memories of our school so dear, memories fond and not forgotten all throughout our years. Purple and gold forever may you be, may you always be as close to me. As we look to the future, we'll remember. So farewell, friends, until we meet again. As we look to the future, we'll remember. So farewell, friends, until we meet again. Call this place our home, dirt in which our roots may grow. Though the storms will push and blow, we will call this place our home. Tell our stories on these walls. Every year measure how tall, and just like a work of art, we'll tell our stories on these walls. capable more than we know. We'll call it fixer of her home. With each year our color fades, slowly our paint chips away, but we will find the strength and the nerve it takes. Repaint and repaint and repaint every day. Let the years we're here be kind, be kind. Let our hearts like doors open wide, settle our bones like bones over time. Give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Let the years we're here be kind, be kind. Let our hearts like doors open wide, bones over time. Give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Give us bread, give us salt, give us wine. Smaller than dust on this map lies the greatest thing we have, the dirt in which our roots may grow, and the right to call it home.
That was amazing. Thank you to our choir. We are fortunate at Eisenhower to be able to annually depend on the highest level of performance from our students, and that was certainly no exception. So thank you to Ms. Schneider and our choir students. We appreciate your gift of music this evening. I'd like to introduce our guests on stage today and thank them for being here. From our district office, please welcome and thank Mr. Joe Garza, our superintendent, Mr. Patrick Miller, our CFO, Ms. Kelly Kwiatkowski, our Director of Secondary Teaching and Learning, Ms. Renee Connick, and Ms. Janet Schulz from our school board. Thank you for being here. I'd like to thank all of those who helped organize this event this evening, especially Ms. Fredericks and Ms. Detloff, our graduation coordinators, as well as the many hands of our wonderful buildings and ground staff that helped get everything ready. And finally, I do have to thank our friends across town at New Berlin West for giving us this fine air-conditioned space to hold our graduation, so thank you to them as well. Before we continue, while Eisenhower does not have any graduates this year who will be entering military service, we remain deeply appreciative of those in our community who have served our country. The freedoms and opportunities we enjoy are possible because of the dedication of those who have worn our nation's uniform. I'd like to take a moment to recognize them. So I invite any veterans or current active duty members in our audience to please stand so that we may recognize and appreciate you for your service. Would you please stand if you are a veteran or active service duty member? Thank you. To the families, the friends, and our community here tonight, I want to thank you. It's hard to imagine what this moment must feel like from your seat. The emotions you must have looking at your student sitting in front of you in a purple gown on graduation day. Seniors, as much as this day is about your accomplishments and your achievements as a class, you need to understand that you did not get here alone. You're here because of the love, the encouragement, the patience, the sacrifice, and the support of the people who are seated behind you this evening. And to the families, the parents, and the guardians of the class of 2026, the administrators want to say thank you. Thank you for raising these students and entrusting them to us. Thank you for sending a little piece of your heart out into the world and giving them to the hands of the teachers and staff at New Berlin Eisenhower. And allow me to thank you from your graduating seniors for everything you have done to help them get here today. Excuse me. I know some of them might not be able to say that this evening. Sometimes pride, independence, and being 18 years old gets in the way of that. So allow me to say thank you on their behalf. It's also right to recognize the many people who helped shape these students through their educational journey. We're grateful for the outstanding work of our New Berlin elementary schools and building the great foundation for these students even before they arrived at Eisenhower. And I want to thank my immediate colleagues at Eisenhower for their leadership, their dedication, and their unwavering commitment to the students. So, Ms. Springer and Mr. Gerlach, thank you for all the work you've done for the class of 2026. And while this class is probably very tired of hearing me say that graduation is a celebration of the class, and it should always be about the graduates, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to publicly acknowledge one more person from New Berlin Eisenhower whose impact has been impossible to measure. After 13 years as our athletic and activities director, Kevin Fitzgerald will be leaving Eisenhower at the conclusion of this year. He's been a steady presence, a trusted leader, a good friend, and a part of the foundation of this school. Whether it was an athletic event, a concert, a club activity, a school tradition, or one of the countless things that happened that he coordinated behind the scenes that most people never even saw, Kevin played a major role in making Eisenhower the place it is today and the place you're graduating from. I did ask Kevin if he wanted to say anything at graduation, and he looked deep into my soul and said, absolutely not. And in fact, he's probably I'm not going to look at him, but I'm sure he's very mad I'm even doing this to him right now. But some contributions, I think, deserve to be recognized, whether the person wants to be recognized for them. So Fitz, on behalf of our students, our staff, the families, the alumni, our entire community, thank you for your leadership and the countless ways you've impacted generations and years of Lions. We wish you nothing but success in your next endeavor. And I would ask everybody, please join me in thanking Mr. Fitzgerald for 13 years of his service. All right, graduates. Hi. How you doing? Good. You look great. It's a little awkward you all to wear the same thing, but you look great. Tonight is a celebration. It's a celebration of your class, of your growth, of your perseverance, of your friendships, and everything that brought you to this moment. I was thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, and I found myself thinking back to the very first senior meeting we had this year at the beginning of the school year. Some of you may remember it. Some of you definitely don't. I do. I told you I needed you to show up. I told you that as seniors, we would have to be partners in leading the school this year. And that getting to today, I told you the best way to do that was to get all of the easy stuff right. I also vividly remember telling you that if you ordered wings and it wasn't lunchtime, that I was going to eat them. I feel an obligation to tell everyone that not a single one of you tested me on the Wingstop policy. At that meeting, I told you that one of the jobs of a school is to hold up a mirror. Schools spend a lot of time reflecting back to students who you are becoming. Sometimes you like what you see, and sometimes you don't. But that reflection is part of our work. Tonight, I'm going to hold up a mirror to you one more time. But before I do, I want to say this. Every graduating class tells its own story. It's not just activities and classes, academics. It's friendship, it's growth, it's laughter, it's change, and sometimes it's loss. And through all of that, what has stood out about your class, the class of 2026, is not that everything was easy. It's that you continued to move through this year together. You showed up for each other in ways that matter more than most of you probably realize. And tonight, we celebrate all that you've accomplished. We also carry with us the memory of someone who mattered deeply to this class and to our school community. And while he's not physically here to walk across the stage, he remains a part of your story and of your class and of the impact this class will leave behind. That sense of connection, of looking out for one another, of carrying joy and hard moments together, is part of what makes this group what it is. So when I hold up that mirror, what do I see? I see a class that showed up, not perfectly, not always on time, maybe sometimes not exactly the way we wanted you to, but you showed up consistently for one another. In your classrooms, on stage, on the athletic fields, on the courts and clubs, in your performances, and in the moments most people never saw. I see a class that learned how to navigate a lot of what life is while still figuring out who you're trying to become, and a class that's ready for what comes next. Now, trust me when I say this, schools spend a lot of time measuring things. We measure grades and we measure attendance, credits and ACT scores, and those things matter. But the most important things that matter don't fit into a grade book. We don't test you on whether you were a good friend. We don't give a final exam on your integrity. We don't hand out report cards telling you how you treat people when nobody's watching. And yet those are the important things that your classmates are going to remember about you. At that senior meeting at the beginning of the year, I asked you all a question. I asked you, how are you going to make someone else better today? Not someday, today. Because you're not responsible for fixing everything. But because you will always have a chance in small ways, you can make life better for the people around you. And as you move forward, we want you to keep that question in your hearts. We hope you keep thinking for yourselves. There's no shortage of voices telling you what you should think, what to believe, and what should matter. So I encourage you to listen, to continue learning, to be open, but don't ever give away your own independent thinking. You change your mind when you need to. You decide for yourself who you want to be. And finally, please remember, get the easy stuff right. Show up. Do what you said you would do. Treat people right. Be dependable. Say thank you. Keep it simple. And just keep doing that. Because I hope sitting here tonight, you realize now that life is not one big dramatic moment after another. It's a lot of small moments stacked on top of one another. That's how you all got here tonight. If you get enough of those small moments right, you'll be just fine. Actually, you'll be better than fine. And that's how we know you're ready for what comes after tonight for all of you. You've done all of the small things over and over again, day in and day out, to get you here. I tell our graduates that tonight and this occasion marks a strange shift every year in how you talk about Eisenhower. Tonight, Eisenhower is no longer a place that you go, it's a place that you went. And while that's true, the moments that brought you here tonight are also the moments that will make you Lions forever. I want you to know we're proud of you, we're grateful for you, and we're happy because we got to be a part of your story. So keep showing up, keep making your friends and everybody else better, and keep getting the easy stuff right. Can you do that for me? On behalf of the faculty and staff at Eisenhower graduates, congratulations, class of 2026. Well, next we get to hear from our students. One of our commencement traditions is the opportunity for graduating seniors to share their reflections with their classmates, their families, and their friends. Any senior in the graduating class may submit a speech, and a school committee selects the speakers through a blind review process. Tonight we have the privilege of hearing directly from members of the class of 2026, their perspectives, their experiences, and the messages they think are worth carrying forward. So I'm going to invite our first student speaker up to the stage to join me. Grace. Senior Grace Bushman will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison this fall, where she plans to study pharmacology. During her time at Eisenhower, she's been involved in NHS Student Union, DECA, Spanish Honor Society, HOSA, Orchestra, volleyball, and many other things. What stands out about her is how people know her, talk about her. Her teachers consistently used words when I asked them like kind, intelligent, mature, hardworking. Mrs. Taylor said, Quite simply, if you want something done, you ask Grace to do it. Case in point. Her NHS advisor, Mr. Restrepo, said that Grace exemplifies what it means to be a member of NHS, and then went on to say, she brings her own style of grace to the pillars of scholarship, character, leadership, and service, and then elevates each one. Grace did share one thing with me prior to tonight. Apparently, she didn't tell her parents she was giving a speech. I don't know where they are, but can we just check on them real quick? Are they okay? All right. Oh, Grace also wanted me to tell you this is the only secret she's kept from me the entire year. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce senior speaker number 1, Grace Bushman.
Thank you, Mr. Buckley, for those kind words. Good evening, everybody. Like Mr. Buckley said, I did not tell my parents about this, so surprise. I am so incredibly grateful for all of their unconditional love and support. I owe a lot of where I am today to my parents, amazing teachers, and wonderful friends. I would also like to extend a thank you to all faculty, administration, family, and friends for being here to celebrate the brilliant graduates of the New Berlin Eisenhower class of 2026. My name is Grace Bushman. As a member of the class of 2026, I think I can say for all of us that there are so many emotions here today, but we are all very excited. I am going to invite everybody to just take a deep breath to slow down the chaos of our recent lives. Let's think back to where this all began. I think most of us here can agree that moving to Eisenhower was slightly intimidating. I vividly remember the first day of 7th grade, rolling up to the school in the parent drop-off line. My mother tearfully wished me to have a great day at school. I rolled my eyes as this was the last place I wanted to be. If it was still summer and I was at home, I would have still been sleeping, probably continuing to sleep until noon. My pessimism about the school situation was met with my mother's optimism, as she explained to me, "It will all be over before you know it. Enjoy it." Yeah, right, I thought, as I hopped out of my mom's car. We were all wearing masks, being post-COVID and all, so no one could really see the scowl plastered on my face. As I opened the black doors beneath the bold letters spelling New Berlin Eisenhower, I took my first step into the building. Walking to the first class, I felt overwhelmed, honestly, as I stared at the piece of paper with classroom numbers written on it, as well as the paper with my locker code. Now, the rest of the day is really a blur to me. As much as I would have hated to admit it, my mom was right. The day went by pretty quickly. High school itself went past in the blink of an eye. That first day turned into weeks, and as I settled into my new daily routine, every nerve I felt coming to the school faded. Eisenhower became a comfortable and familiar staple. We all have memories that make the school feel a little more like home. Maybe it was seeing the upperclassmen carry a canoe or a giant tire on anything but a backpack day. Maybe it was the mysterious "Speak to Activate" stickers that appeared in the bathrooms. These small moments became part of the experience we shared. It was stable, something that I knew would always be here for me. Now, a lot of us have taken our final steps out the front Eisenhower doors, ending our high school careers where they started. We all have changed tremendously since then. Most of us have grown a couple inches and wear different clothing. But most importantly, we left the building with new knowledge and power. Along with the knowledge we have learned, we have been shaped into new people. With this new skill set, we are in charge of deciding what we do next. While this may seem scary, let me tell you that it's extremely important that we keep our perspective in mind. One of my favorite actors, Timothy Chalamet, explains, "You can be the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, but you have to realize that life is coming from you and not at you." In this bittersweet time, let that resonate with all of us. Life does not just happen. We now control our prospects by living in our present. We take ownership of our future by fixing our current circumstances and making the most of today. From that moment that we all got out of that car or stepped out of that big yellow bus on our first day at Eisenhower, almost everything has been certain for us. What time we get up in the morning to leave for school, where we go to eat lunch, our after-school activities. Now, we are all going to different places. Similar to our first days at Eisenhower, we will have new routines, new people, new surroundings. This may feel uncomfortable all over again. However, it is never meant to be that way. This can seem like the end, but it is only the beginning. We must shift from being a passenger in life to the driver of our fate. As kids, we've always naturally been told to look towards the future. We have had countdowns awaiting future events, such as the last day of school. Adults would often ask us what we want to be when we grow up, and we can't wait to reach landmark ages to receive licenses and more freedom. However, I think that we all need to slow down and center ourselves upon the present. Now, I'm no Robin Williams, but I'd like to remind you all, carpe diem. Who knows what that means? Carpe diem, to seize the day. I urge you to not wait to start living. Make the most of the present. There will always be reasons to play it safe. Do not let these fears and doubts overcome you and prevent you from living your life to the fullest. Your life is in your hands. Take chances and try new things. Learn from mistakes and grow from experiences. Say every word that you want to say and do what brings you joy. Every day, wake up with a purpose and push yourself to be the best version of you. Remember, if you ever feel stuck, overwhelmed, or pessimistic, it will all be over before you know it. So enjoy it. Be the captain of your present and your fate, and remember that your future is what you make it to be. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
Great job.
I think it was a good surprise.
That's great. Thank you, Grace. Wonderful job. Parents still okay? Back there? All right. Our next student speaker this evening is going to be Charlie Waite. Charlie, come up on stage, please. Charlie's teachers gave me a colorful and I think very accurate range of words to describe him. They said he's funny, he's loyal, he's inclusive, he's mature, he's charismatic, and more than a few of them said he's a bit goofy. Fair? Yeah, he says it's fair. I also learned that he can apparently recite every episode of a specific cartoon series. I'm still trying to decide if that's impressive or concerning. Mrs. Steedeman shared that he's a genuinely great person. She said he has a great big heart, and if you're one of Charlie's people, you know that he has your back, and that's even coming from the teacher. Mrs. Bonson said that Charlie has a way of making everybody feel welcome and valued. What stood out from all the comments, and what was common in all the comments about Charlie, was that all the teachers spoke about not just who Charlie is, but who he's becoming. They all noted the same theme. They said he's a student who can be playful and humorous, but he also steps up when it matters. He's someone who's growing into leadership, not just holding the title, but earning influence through how he treats other people. In short, he's the kind of student people are glad they get to teach. Next year, Charlie will be attending University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, where he tells me he's going to major in business and continue his baseball journey. So it's my privilege to introduce our second student speaker. We're all looking forward to it. Charlie Waite.
Thank you, Mr. Buckley. Good evening, families, friends, guests, and class of 2026. If you don't know me, my name is Charlie Waite, or you may have heard my friends scream Chucky Waiters at the top of their lungs in the hallways. Before I begin, on behalf of myself and the class, I just want to say, rest in peace, Quinn Shields. We all miss you. I'd like to begin by thanking all the teachers, administrators, and staff throughout the entire New Berlin district for helping us put together our graduation ceremony and for their never-ending efforts to help make our class the best people we can be. I'd also like to thank our family and friends for their support and encouragement, which helped us realize that our dreams are truly never out of reach. Thank you to the city, which kept us safe and certainly entertained throughout our childhood. Lastly, I'd like to thank my classmates for the best group of peers I could ask to grow up with. I'm truly honored to be selected to speak in front of everyone today, but you may be thinking to yourself, who is this guy? Why is he trying to seem important? And to be honest, not too sure why they let me up here. I'm no class president, valedictorian, or some superstar athlete. I'm just a guy who tries not to miss his alarm in the morning. Rushing to my jam-packed parking spot without sideswiping the $30,000 car next to me. Walking in the rain, snow, or ice-cold wind with my friends, talking about the most random things we could think about until we got to the comforting warmth of the school doors. Speed walking, the first period, trying not to be late, and ultimately getting to class and realizing I forgot to do the homework. Some may look at me as the average, immature teenage boy who bleached his hair for some dumb sports team, but I can honestly say I'm just a guy who loves our school. I love the smell of the school lunch being made in the morning. I love dapping up the same people every day in the hallway. I love talking about what the word for the weekend is. And I love arguing over dumb little conspiracies until the teacher tells us to focus. It's about the inside jokes, the stupid nicknames, going out to eat during open campus, talking about how hard a test was, and plenty more. I'd like to share a fact that really made me realize that all opportunities should be taken for what they are. The fact is that by the time we're all 80 years old, high school will be less than 5% of our lives. Think about that. In the blink of an eye, it's over, and you can't go back. A common theme for most seniors, including myself, is that I wish I could have done more in these past 4 years. And yes, I wish I hadn't let the opinions of others stop me from doing things I wanted to do, like playing an instrument, joining more clubs, playing more sports, or even taking some more classes seriously. But I'm here to say, be satisfied with what you've done and accomplished. Don't be hard on yourself for things you thought you could have done, but be grateful for what happened because it happened for a reason. I have a quote from arguably the best TV show of all time that many parents did not let their kids watch, and honestly, kept them from greatness. The quote comes from SpongeBob, who states, "If all your hopes and dreams finally came true, then you wouldn't have anything to look forward to." As a kid, watching the show on a Saturday morning with my Eggo waffles and orange juice and a Lightning McQueen cup, sitting crisscross applesauce on the living room floor, I didn't think much of it. But now looking back, couldn't be any closer to the truth. From going to the football games, wondering what the theme of the student section was, to the sweaty dance mosh pits and the classes you couldn't wait to be in. Everybody wants to relive those moments. But all good things come to an end. Sure, you can be sad. Feel the hurt of nostalgia running through your mind as you finally get your diploma. We're all human. It's okay to show your emotions and let them out. But life's always moving in one direction, forward. I guess what I'm trying to say is, be happy that you and your friends are finally ready to chase your dreams. Be happy to go to a college where you may not know anybody. Be happy that you got to spend your high school years with the people around you. And of course, be happy that you're on the stage, finally ready to be let out into the real world. So my final message to the class of 2026 is to just let life take its course. There'll be ups and downs, happiness and sadness, peace and chaos. But that's how the roller coaster of life works. Take a look around at your classmates and get to know them as much as you can, because your time with them is not much longer. A word that has been playing like a broken record in our hallways has always been pride. And now is your time to take that pride and represent yourself in life, because you are an Eisenhower line. No matter if you want the smallest, the tallest, the prettiest. If you have a purple cap and gown with a diploma on the way, you did it for the person who's proud of you most, yourself. Thank you, class of 2026, for making what will be the good old days so good.
You keep it, man. Yeah, absolutely, right? How about another hand for Charlie? That was great. Fantastic. At this time, I'd like to invite our senior class president for the class of 2026, Nora Green, to the stage. I'm also going to invite two of our three co-presidents of our junior class, the class of 2027, to join us. So Peyton Johnson and Holly Kwiatkowski, please come up as well. Nora, class president, plans to pursue studies at the University of Kansas next year, where she is going to study to be a nurse. She has served her class and our school incredibly well. Actually, she's no stranger to the stage because last year she had to give a speech as the junior class president. Her teachers call her studious, polite, and of course reliable. She's been involved in Student Union Yearbook, HOSA, Culture Club, and our swimming and diving team. She is widely recognized and understood as the heartbeat of our school pride and school spirit for the senior class. To share her thoughts with her classmates and to continue our Eisenhower tradition of passing on the key of knowledge to our rising senior class presidents in the class of 2027, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President of the class of 2026, Nora Green.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the honor of speaking on behalf of the class of 2026. As I look around this room, I don't just see graduates. I see years of memories, friendships, challenges, growth, and countless moments that have shaped us into the people we are today. Many of us have grown up together. We've shared classrooms, lunch tables, sports teams, school dances, field trips, and more group projects than any of us would care to remember. We've watched each other grow from kids who raise their hand to ask for the bathroom pass into young adults who are preparing to take on the world. The people sitting around you tonight aren't just your classmates. They're the people who witnessed your awkward middle school phase, your questionable haircut, your first school crush, and every embarrassing moment in between, and yet somehow still chose to sit with you at lunch. But beyond the funny memories, these people have been a part of your journey. As a class, we've experienced successes and setbacks together. We've celebrated our achievements, supported each other through challenges, and learned lessons both inside and outside of the classroom. Every person here has a story. Every person here has faced obstacles that others may never know about. There were moments when things felt overwhelming, when the future seemed uncertain, and when giving up would have been easier. Yet here we are. We made it. And tonight, more than anything, I want us to recognize how proud we should be of ourselves. Sometimes we become so focused on what's next that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. We worry about college, careers, and future plans. We spend so much time looking ahead, we stop to appreciate everything we've already accomplished. But tonight is our chance to do exactly that. Be proud of the late night studying. Be proud of the risks you took and the lessons you learned, because those actions have gotten you to this moment. Success is not about being perfect. If it was, none of us would be graduating. Success is about perseverance. It's about showing up, continuing forward, and finding the strength to keep going even when things get difficult. I'm proud of our victories, but I'm even more proud of the people we've become. I'm proud of the friendships we've built within these walls. I'm proud of the ways we encouraged each other, celebrated each other, and created a community that allowed us to grow. As we leave here and begin the next chapter of our lives, our paths will take us in different directions. Some of us attending college, some of us starting a job, some will travel, serve our communities, or continue exploring who they want to become. And while life may pull us apart geographically, I hope we never let distance fade the bonds we've built here. The memories we've made together, we will cherish for the rest of our lives. Years from now, we'll still remember the teachers who believed in us, the games we won, the performances we gave, the inside jokes that have somehow lasted for years, and the friendships that made even the hardest days a little easier. So my hope for the class of 2026 is simple. Stay connected. Send the text, make the call, check in on your friends, celebrate their successes, and support them through their difficulties. In a world where it's easier than ever to stay connected, let's not take those connections for granted, because the people sitting beside you tonight helped shape your story just as you helped shape theirs. Before we leave, I want us all to take a moment to look around the room. Look at your classmates, look at your teachers, look at your families, and the people who supported you every step of the way. We've earned this moment, not because we figured everything out, but because we never stopped moving forward. Be proud of the growth and the hard work it took to reach this milestone that used to feel so far away. The future will bring you new opportunities, new challenges, and new adventures, but tonight is about recognizing everything you've already achieved. Thank you for the memories, the laughter, the friendships, and the lessons. Thank you for making these years unforgettable. Congratulations, class of 2026. You've earned this moment, and your story is only just beginning. At this time, I am proud to pass on the key of knowledge and the responsibility of leading Eisenhower to the class of 2027.
Thank you, Nora. Looking out at all of you, I can see the last 4 years of hard work, late nights, and tireless practices that has all led to this very moment. As you walk across that stage, take on the next chapter of your life, I want to say thank you. Thank you for inspiring us all. Thank you for being leaders when it really mattered. And most of all, thank you for being an example of what it means to persevere and succeed. Your leadership and lessons will go much farther than just Eisenhower. I know you will do great things, and I cannot wait to see the journey ahead of you all. Thank you, seniors, and congratulations.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations to our graduating seniors. The past 5 years, I've got to learn from these tremendous students and people. One thing I want to focus on is legacy. Legacy isn't all about achievements, awards, and success, but it's the impact that you left behind. A lot of us would not be the people we are today without the impact you seniors made on us. You guys have been classmates, teammates, friends, and more for many years. The legacy will live on forever and not be forgotten. You have set the standard high and will be hard to live up to. Thank you again for the legacy you have left behind, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Great job. Oh, good job. Nice job. We'll see you in a little bit. They made that look easy, all of them. How about a big round of applause for all of our student speakers this evening? That was awesome. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to invite a proud parent of 2 Eisenhower graduates, our superintendent, Mr. Garza, to the lectern, along with our school board president, Ms. Janet Schultz. Mr. Garza will officially present the class of 2026 for acceptance of their graduation. And if we've done our jobs right, Ms. Schultz hopefully will accept that recommendation and we can move forward. Mr. Garza, would you please take the lectern?
Yes. Let's make this official. As the superintendent of the School District of New Berlin, it is my honor and privilege to certify to the Board of Education of the School District of New Berlin that the students seated before you of the New Berlin Eisenhower class of 2026 have satisfactorily completed all high school graduation requirements for New Berlin Eisenhower High School, the School District of New Berlin, and the state of Wisconsin. As the superintendent of the School District of New Berlin, I am recommending to you, Board of Education President, Ms. Janet Schultz, that all of the students seated before you of the class of 2026 be high school graduates.
Thank you, Superintendent Garza. As president of the School District of New Berlin Board of Education, on behalf of the entire Board of Education, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Wisconsin, I accept the New Berlin Eisenhower class of 2026 for graduation. I officially present to you the New Berlin Eisenhower class of 2026. Congratulations, all of our graduates and their families.
Before we begin, we ask that you please hold your applause and cheers until all graduates have been recognized, so that every graduate's name can be heard. Of course, an occasional whoop or "that's my granddaughter" is completely acceptable. Olivia Adams. Mason Ames. Shay Anderson. Angelina Applebaum. Zoe Arce. Samuel George Barnhart. Ashley Jean Barton. Charles Robert Batchelor. Kira Claire Baffy. Luke Michael Bauer. Madeline Elizabeth Barrent. Caroline May Berther. Logan Robert Byer. Alex George Bissell. Anthony Robert Brian Blahoviak. Leah Joyce Bain. Joshua Michael Bonin. Braden Henry Borchert. Olivia Jade Bowers. Brooke Ann Brom. Sydney Rose Prezaitis. Grace Elizabeth Bushman. Nash Matthew Rodriguez Canseco. Lee Case. Ryan James Cephalou. Ryan Ethan Chen. Sophie Patricia Sika. Cole Brennan Clevenstein. Colin James Conley. Benjamin Cruz Villarreal. Madeline Ray Chaplesky. Sophia Grace D'Amato. Jaden Day. Miles Arthur Diebert. Kyle William DiGiacomo. Logan Ryan Dodge. Zoe Nicole Dodge. Alexander Liam Dvorak. Madeline Grace Fisher. Wesley Fitch. Aaron Michael Flack. Matthew Ryan Fleming. Hayden Makeo Fons. Ella Grace Friend. Huslin Gan Ochir. Juan David Gazobriquet. Layla Marie Gale. Kareem Ghali. Christopher Robert Thomas Giebel. Nathan Chad Geezy. Nora Green. Landon James Grosskreitz. Jovana Gvozden. Ellie Marie Grunwald. Ava Marie Grunwald. Jarrett Michael Hall. Olivia Grace Hall. Layla Hamilton. Colin Aaron Harrington. Samuel Matthew Herman. Emily Yeru Hogg. Nathan Ty Hogue. Alexander J.B. Caleb Johns. Mason Joseph Jones. Isha Joshi. Milan Jovovich. Lily Karshevsky. Carter Call. Liam James Kennedy. Isabella Kennedy Cortis. Ava Lynn Coiler. Daniel Kahn. Connor S.J. Kim. Dakshesh Kiran. Maxwell Joseph Klein. Hayden Michael Klein. McKenna Lee Klosky. Ryan Patrick Klosky. Isabel Marie Kolp. Gabriella Ann Kupf. Kendra Kunga. Lola Kraft.
Marin Grace Cranes. Addison Kurtz. Celine Noor Kusak. Keegan David Landolt. Hallie Lynn Leskowski. Abigail Grace Lazar. Tali Ray Leister. Sylvia Lee. Lucas Ian Lynn. Ava Grace Lindner. Jonathan Louise. Javarin Antonio Thomas Love. Veronica Jamie Lowe. Elena Gabrielle Louie. Evan Mertz. Elena Evelyn Mainville. Tyson Andrew Martin. Connor Mecca. Ozzy Miners. Alexander Chase Mercer. Alyssa Modlinski. Darko Mitrovic. Daniel Mitrovic. Haley Mould. Chase Michael Mueller. William Joseph Newman. Mavax Joseph Namani. Christopher Johns Nimmer. Ezria No. Lauren Elizabeth Nutt. Nicholas Robert O'Donnell. Jasleen Oliveras. Ashton Olson. Dominic Palmer. Addison Claire Pankowski. Rudra Patel. Hannah Claire Patterson. Luke Clayton Pawlowski. Jake Aaron Penner. Elena Grace Peterson. Meenakshi Pradeep. Evan Faith Raposa. Tatum Lane Roski. Galvin Eugene Robers. Logan Paul Roner. Benjamin Charles Sanders. Eli David Shar. Julia Schaefer. Kira Ray Schneider. Jamie Lynn Schultz. Jasmine Aaliyah Serrano. Aubriana Schuster. Kavya Singh. Vidal Spivey II. Quinn Spencer. Kiva L. Slonak. Ana Mareli Tecpile Bruno. Alexander Lanier Teller. Trevor Joshua Tezak. Kane James Trevaro. Brendan Daniel True. Claire Elizabeth Ewell. Tessa Van Hooley. Riley Christopher Vandell. Isabella Vasallo. Luka Velusic. Jacob Douglas Veely. Isabel Deanne Vetter. Levi James Wagner. Charlie Carlson Waite. Chaoling Wang. Madeline Dorothy Weltzing. Destiny Skylar Wingers. Kyle Wisniewski. Gabriella Rose Wolkach. Larissa Wolf. Mason Warzella. Anna Sergeyevna Yamshikova. Amber Kim Yi. Macy May Zalauskas. Ivana Zhezel.
All right. I'm pleased to invite our senior class president, Nora Green, back to our stage to conduct the very important tassel ceremony. The gesture of moving the tassel from one side of the graduate cap to the other symbolizes the movement from candidate to graduate. Prior to the ceremony, tassels should be worn on the right side of the cap. During the ceremony, it should be moved to the left side after students receive their diplomas. This signifies the movement when students have officially moved on to the next stage of their education. So Nora, you have a very important job. Are you ready? She says she is. Would you please conduct the tassel ceremony for the class of 2026?
At this time, in preparation for the changing of the tassel, I ask all the graduating seniors to stand. To commemorate our earning a diploma at Eisenhower High School, each graduate should now move their tassel on their mortarboard from the right to the left. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Nora. Graduates, you can have a seat for a moment. We are at the end of your time at New Berlin Eisenhower in more ways than one. But before we conclude, I do have some reminders for our guests. First of all, thank you again for coming and celebrating with these wonderful students. At the conclusion of the ceremony, I'm going to ask you all to please stay in your seats so that we can recess our graduates back to the PAC at the front of the building. You can meet them out there, closest to Cleveland Avenue. The stage in the field house will remain open, so after you gather them up, if you'd like to come back here and take photos, this is going to be available for you to do. And I would again just please ask you guests to remain seated after we toss the caps. So, It would be wrong of me to not also say that if anybody has a graduation party scheduled for approximately 6:30 or 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, you're going to need to cancel that, as we all need to head on over to Whitnall, where we will watch our girls' soccer team compete for the sectional championship and a trip to state. So good luck to our ladies on the soccer team. And graduates, last time you have to listen to me. Could I ask you please to stand one last time? I need you to do me a favor. I would like you all please to turn around and face the crowd and wave to the people who love you and that you love as I present the graduating class of 2026. The final act as graduates of New Berlin Eisenhower, I'm going to hand over to our senior class president, Nora Green, who will count us down. Parents, guests, guardians, get your cameras ready. Nora, are you ready? All right. Please get ready for the cap toss.
Congratulations, class of 2026. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your support of this wonderful group of students. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Have a good evening. Be safe. Joe, thank you.
Yeah, you did. No, you got it. Good thinking.